This is the Boston Celtics news feed for Saturday, March 30th, 2019. Reporting from Boston, Massachusetts, I'm Corey Prescott for CLNS Media, the leading online provider of audio-video coverage of the NBA's winningest franchise. The Boston Celtics and Indiana Pacers, in a more than likely playoff preview, battled it out Friday night at the TD Garden. The Celtics prevailed 114-112, thanks to a Kyrie Irving game-winning layup, but Brad Stevens recognized after the game that there are some areas of the game that the Celtics need to clean up.
But I thought we played harder with more purpose than we have. I thought we played. A lot of the carryover from those small group workouts with the techniques were good on our defensive end of the floor. But at the end of the day, if we're going to beat these guys any more than just a regular season game at home, you better get them off the glass, and you better get those loose balls that we didn't get late, and that's why they're who they are. I think they're really good.
The Pacers secured 14 offensive rebounds in total, including a pivotal one late in the game that resulted in a Darren Collison three-pointer, a possession after the Celtics had taken a three-point lead. Thaddeus Young had 4, while Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis each chipped in with 3 offensive boards themselves. Fortunately for the Celtics, they had Aron Baynes. Baynes' importance to the team goes well beyond his 5.5 point per game average, and it showed last night. Baynes scored 13 points and grabbed 13 boards in 32 minutes. And Boston's defensive rating during the final 7 minutes of the game was 86.7 when Baynes and Horford shared the floor. Baynes' presence gives Horford a break from guarding physical bigs like Sabonis and Turner. Horford's health is paramount to the Celtics' success, and giving him any sort of break down the stretch will be crucial. Stevens touched upon the importance of having a healthy Baynes back in the lineup.
He had to. We needed him to, and again, we just haven't had him and Al healthy for very much of the year, so it's been hard to play them together. Plus, with all of our depth on the wing, it's hard to find minutes for everybody when those guys are playing together. But it's nice to have them back. It's nice to have them available, and we need to have that as an option moving forward.
After the game, Horford said there's still a plan to get him some rest over the rest of the regular season, and he's not sure whether he'll play today against Brooklyn. The Pacers and Celtics can get used to seeing one another. The Celtics and Pacers are both 45-31 after last night's results. With a 2-1 record against the Pacers, the Celtics hold a tiebreaker at the moment with 6 games remaining. These two teams, however, have one more regular season game on Friday, April 5th in Indiana. Oh yeah, they'll likely be the 4-5 matchup when the postseason begins on Saturday, April 13th. In an incident that is regrettably still a part of today's world, a fan who allegedly used a racial slur and was verbally abusive toward Golden State Warriors DeMarcus Cousins has been given a 2-year ban by the Boston Celtics. Kyrie Irving touched on the incident and more following last night's win.
I myself can only speak for playing here as an opponent. I've never heard anything like that, but I can only go off hearing stories. And when you hear something like that, especially of people of color, I gravitate towards being on anyone's side as long as it's the right side. And really it just matters just treating people with respect. That's really what it comes down to. I think sports, there really gets a gray area where sometimes fans can say really hurtful things, and they treat us. I don't want to say, I said some fans, not all fans. I'm just saying sometimes some instances come where it goes way beyond basketball, and that's a personal thing, and it matters to all of us because we have kids, we have families that we represent. We represent very different backgrounds, and I think coming to Boston has been an eye-opening experience for me. Just getting an experience to know Boston. I haven't really heard too much about stuff like that, but hearing about it, it's a little saddening. Just to happen, not just in Boston, but just as an NBA player, hearing another NBA player go through something like that, it's just terrible. Or any athlete, hearing racial slurs. But racism still exists in our society, so it happens every day. I don't want to limit it just to us athletes. A lot of people, go through a lot of racial tension. So it's a terrible thing in our society, racism in general.
The Celtics get no rest today as they travel to play the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn as one of 9 NBA games on the schedule for Saturday. Will Kyrie sit for rest, and will Horford enjoy some maintenance as he prepares to go full tilt against the Pacers in the playoffs? The sports books are apparently just as curious as you and I, because Celtics Nets, which tips off at 6 p.m. today, has no gambling lines at the moment. That's okay, because when you go to clnsmedia.com/win or use code CLNS50. You get 50% cash back on your first deposit through betonline.ag. That's betonline.ag. You can also bet on your mobile device, and BetOnline also hosts live in-game betting. Not many other games of note, except for the Pacers, who get a back-to-back at home against the Orlando Magic. Excited to say today's newsfeed is brought to you by Harry's. Harry's founders, like you, were tired of paying for overpriced and overdesigned razors. So they went out and created a company that gets you simple, durable, and quality blades at a fair price. A great shave doesn't come with gimmicks. It comes from a company like Harry's, which owns over 20,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot and Google. Harry's replacement cartridges are just $2 each, and by ordering through our podcast at harrys.com/BCN, you'll get a $13 value trial set that comes with everything you need for a close, comfortable shave. That includes a weighted ergonomic handle, a 5-blade razor with lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, and a travel blade cover. Listeners of this show can redeem their trial set at harrys.com/BCN. Make sure you go to harrys.com/BCN to redeem your offer today. Follow CLNS on Twitter at CLNS Media, as well as at Celtics CLNS, and be sure to head to CLNSmedia.com. Subscribe to the Celtics newsfeed both on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as the CLNS mobile podcast app. This has been Corey Prescott for Celtics Newsfeed.